Before anything else, drop a like and leave a comment so YouTube keeps showing you videos like this. What you're about to hear, they don't want you to know. Have you ever wondered why, no matter how hard you try, things still don't change? You visualize, you affirm, you grind, and yet, it feels like the universe missed the memo. The truth is, most people are working against the very laws that shape their reality, without even realizing it. The quantum secret to unlock unlimited power isn't just a title, it's exactly what we're diving into. And trust me, it's not what you think. This isn't about magic. It's about science meeting ancient wisdom. It's about energy and vibration, thoughts and emotions, the subconscious mind, and a universe connection that's far more intelligent than we've been told. We're going to explore how your heart energy field broadcasts your beliefs from childhood, how negative thinking blocks the signal, and how quantum entanglement proves, scientifically, that everything is connected, including your reality and your mindset. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to shift your frequency to manifest your dreams with precision. But more importantly, you'll stop feeling like a victim of random life events, and start feeling like a conscious creator of your world. So stay with me. Because what's coming next might just rewire everything you believe about who you are, and what you're capable of. You ever get that strange feeling, like you're thinking of someone, and they call you seconds later? That's not just coincidence. It's a glimpse into quantum entanglement at play. The same spooky action that links particles across the cosmos also binds your thoughts and emotions with the greater universe. It's all energy and vibration, nothing exists in isolation. Most people walk through life thinking they're alone in their struggles. But the truth? Your thoughts and emotions ripple into the collective field, like dropping a stone in a pond. That wave reaches others, instantly. Quantum physics proves it, distance doesn't break connection. That means your pain, your joy, your dreams, they matter more than you think. Now, take that in for a second. You're not just a body walking around. You're a transmitter, connected to every other consciousness through hidden energy. When your heart energy field aligns with positive intentions, it sends signals that influence your environment. What you feel becomes part of what you create. Think about that next time you're stuck in negative thinking. Here's where it gets wild. Your beliefs from childhood? Still active. Still influencing your reality. You might want love, abundance, purpose, but if your subconscious mind is entangled with limiting beliefs, your reality bends to match them. That's not magic. That's quantum law in action. Your internal state writes your external script. Let's ground this with an example. Ever met someone who always seems lucky? It's not luck, it's alignment. They're connected, often unconsciously, to the frequency of receiving. They expect good things. That expectation, that belief, fuels the subconscious. And the universe connection? It answers. Not by chance, but by design. So if everything is connected, and it is, your role isn't passive. You're not just reacting to life. You're part of a feedback loop, co-creating through thoughts and emotions. When you visualize a new outcome, you're sending instructions into the quantum field. Feeling good attracts good, but only if it's felt deeply, not just faked. What if your reality isn't broken, just misaligned? That question, right there, is your invitation. Because if entanglement shows us anything, it's this: change one part of the web, and the whole web responds. But how do we change what's hidden deep in our subconscious mind? Most people think they're in control of their lives because they're thinking positively. But here's the twist: 95% of what you do isn't decided by your conscious mind. It's your subconscious running the show. That's the part of you shaped before you even knew what a belief was. And it's broadcasting your inner world into reality every second. The subconscious mind doesn't speak in words, it speaks in patterns. Repetition. Emotion. Energy. That's why just saying affirmations doesn't always work. If deep down you still believe you're not enough, or success isn't for you, the signal being sent is distorted. In the universe, it responds to your actual signal, not what you pretend to feel. This is where things get raw. Imagine a child who constantly hears money doesn't grow on trees. Fast forward 20 years, now they hustle hard, chase success, but it slips through their fingers. Why? Because that belief is still transmitting. It's not about laziness. It's about subconscious coding that says, you can try, but you'll never really have it. Your subconscious is like a radio tower, constantly broadcasting thoughts and emotions that align with your beliefs from childhood. And just like a radio picks up matching frequencies, your life attracts experiences that validate those beliefs. Feel stuck in a loop? That's your transmitter working perfectly, just not in your favor. Yet. Here's a real-world example. Julia always sabotaged relationships. Therapy didn't help much, until she uncovered a core belief: love always leaves. Planted by childhood abandonment, this belief shaped her entire adult love life. Once she started reprogramming, guess what? Different people showed up. That's not coincidence. That's frequency shift. So think about this. What are you unknowingly broadcasting? The question isn't why isn't it working? It's what belief am I still tuned into? Changing your mindset isn't about willpower, it's about rewiring the subconscious. And that starts with awareness. Meditation, journaling, even hypnosis, these tools bring the hidden to light. But there's something even more powerful than just awareness. Something that controls your energy field even more directly than thoughts alone. It's right at the center of your chest, and it holds a frequency that can shape everything. Let me tell you something most people never hear in school: your heart has a brain of its own. Yep, science backs it. The HeartMath Institute discovered that your heart's energy field is the most powerful in your body, stronger than the brain's. It radiates several feet beyond you. And here's the kicker: it responds to your emotions instantly. Think of it like Wi-Fi. When you're anxious, the signal's jittery. When you're calm and joyful, clear signal. That electromagnetic field you're walking around with isn't just floating, it's interacting with people, places, and even opportunities. Your heart literally shifts the space around you. That's not poetry. That's physics. Ever walk into a room and feel the vibe immediately? That's heart energy field recognition. Humans are intuitive receivers. We pick up subtle frequencies all day long, especially those charged by emotion. And since most emotions come from subconscious reactions, guess who's running the heart signal? Exactly. The subconscious mind again. But here's where things shift. You can learn to tune your heart. When you consciously breathe into love, gratitude, or compassion, the field stabilizes and expands. That state, coherence, pulls life toward you instead of pushing it away. People feel it, even if they don't know what they're feeling. It's the power of invisible influence. Let me give you something practical. Try this. Place your hand over your heart, close your eyes, and breathe slowly for 60 seconds. Think of one thing that makes you feel deeply thankful. That simple act? It begins to regulate the energy and vibration you emit. Small practice, massive shift in what you attract. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you radiate. And your heart is the engine of that radiation. When your thoughts and emotions sync with heart energy, that's when true manifestation happens. Not from force, but from frequency. That's why feeling good attracts good isn't just a cute quote, it's electromagnetic truth. But what happens when your heart wants something, yet old subconscious programming blocks it? You feel the desire, but not the shift. That's when understanding quantum laws in your everyday life becomes not just helpful, but essential. Alright, here's where things get a little strange, but stay with me. In quantum physics, there's something called the observer effect. It shows that just by observing, you change the outcome. Wrap your head around that. Your awareness literally shifts reality. So, if thoughts carry energy, and energy affects matter, guess what that means for your daily life? It means you're never just thinking. You're projecting, broadcasting, shaping. Your internal vibration sends instructions into the universe connection like a silent architect sketching blueprints. That's why two people in the same situation can have radically different outcomes. One is aligned, the other isn't. It's not luck. It's quantum cause and effect. And here's where non-locality blows minds. Distance doesn't matter. Just like quantum entanglement, your thoughts and emotions don't need to travel to reach their target. They are already there. Ever manifested something out of nowhere, like the perfect parking spot, or running into someone you needed to talk to? That's hidden energy in motion. But let's ground this. If you constantly say, "Nothing ever works out for me," your subconscious mind listens. Your beliefs from childhood start running the show. In the universe, it starts bending experiences to match that statement. That's the observer effect too. Watching life through a filter of negative thinking shapes the outcome. Here's the twist: it's not about thinking positive all the time. It's about recognizing your vibration and choosing alignment. You can't fake high energy with forced affirmations while feeling low inside. That mismatch? The universe picks up on it instantly. Thoughts and emotions must match to shift reality. One powerful hack? Visualization with feeling. Picture the outcome you want, clearly, with sensory detail, and feel as if it's already yours. That's not imagination. That's quantum rehearsal. It adjusts your frequency to match the version of reality you're aiming for. You're not begging the universe, you're synchronizing with it. But even when you visualize and feel aligned, something might still hold you back. You try, but results stay the same. What gives? Maybe it's not the technique. Maybe the block is deeper, buried in beliefs you didn't even know you had. Let's be real. Wanting something doesn't mean you'll get it. Why? Because your subconscious might be hardwired with the exact opposite belief. You say, "I want to be wealthy," but if the coding inside says money is hard to make, guess what wins? The program. Every time. It's not sabotage, it's programming. These beliefs aren't random. They're absorbed early, usually before age 7. Maybe you heard, "We can't afford that," or "rich people are greedy." These phrases stick. Over time, they shape your self-worth, your risk tolerance, your entire vibration. The subconscious mind doesn't care if it's true or helpful. It just repeats. You hustle, study, grind, but feel like something keeps pulling you back. That invisible wall? It's made of limiting beliefs. And it's powered by old thoughts and emotions that your conscious mind doesn't even remember. That's why changing your mindset at a surface level isn't enough. You've got to dig deeper. Here's a quick test. When you imagine success, like real, no limits abundance, what's the first feeling that shows up? If it's fear, doubt, or "that's too much for me," that's your subconscious talking. It's trying to protect you from unfamiliar territory. But guess what? Familiar isn't always safe. Familiar is just programmed. Let me show you this with a real-life example. Marcus wanted to start a business. Smart guy, big ideas, but always froze when it came time to launch. After some inner work, he realized his dad used to say, "People like us don't get ahead." Boom. One sentence, decades of delay. Once that belief was cleared, his life shifted. And you can shift too. But first, you've got to find the beliefs. Start journaling. Ask yourself, what did I learn about money, love, success as a child? You'll be shocked by what surfaces. Awareness is the first crack in the wall. From there, we can rewire. But how? That's where techniques like meditation and visualization come into play. Not just for relaxation, but to access the subconscious and rewrite the code. And trust me, when you reprogram the foundation, everything else starts falling into place. Here's the part nobody tells you: your subconscious isn't changed by logic, it's changed by state. That's why reading 10 self-help books won't do much if your body's still stuck in survival mode. You need access. And that access happens in the theta state, the brainwave range between sleep and wake. That's the gateway to deep rewiring. Meditation isn't just clearing your mind. It's hacking your brain's frequency. 10 minutes of deep breathing can slow your waves down enough to bypass the conscious guard and speak directly to the subconscious mind. That's where thoughts and emotions reshape. That's where beliefs from childhood can finally be challenged and rewritten. Now, imagine combining that state with targeted commands. That's what affirmations do, but only if you feel them. Saying "I am abundant" in a stressed tone won't work. But feeling abundance while your brain is receptive? That changes your internal vibration. It's the difference between planting a seed on rock or fertile soil. There's also EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. A strange-looking method where you tap on energy meridian points while stating truths or affirmations. Sounds weird, right? But countless studies show it reduces emotional resistance and rewires subconscious beliefs fast. It's like acupuncture without needles, mixed with mindset work. And NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, helps you catch the stories you tell yourself and shift them. Phrases like "I always mess this up" or "that's just how I am" seem harmless, but they anchor your frequency. NLP teaches you to spot those loops and reframe them, turning internal sabotage into support. Here's something practical: right before sleep, when your brain naturally drops into theta, repeat one powerful, emotionally charged visualization. See it. Feel it. Live it in your mind. Imagine the smell of your dream car, the joy of checking that bank balance, the warmth of love. That's not fantasy. That's reprogramming. But here's the real question: once you've planted new beliefs, how do you know they're working? How do you measure alignment when life still throws curveballs? Let's clear this up. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. The universe doesn't respond to desperation. It responds to vibration. You can say all the right things, but if your emotional baseline is fear, doubt, or lack, that's what gets amplified. Emotional alignment is the real key. Here's the crazy part: your brain doesn't know the difference between a real memory and a vividly imagined one. That's why visualization is so powerful. When you feel the outcome as if it already happened, your subconscious mind starts believing it's true. And once that belief locks in, the external world starts shifting. You've probably heard people say, "Act as if." But the secret is deeper: feel as if. Don't just behave like someone successful, embody it. Wake up with the certainty that good things are already on their way. That belief, felt emotionally, charges your heart energy field. And that field is what draws things in. Think of your emotions as the signal, and your desires as the message. If the signal is weak, unclear, or mixed with static, like negative thinking or limiting beliefs, the universe gets confused. But if the emotion behind your vision is strong, joyful, and certain, That's a signal the universe can't ignore. Let me give you a trick: create a future memory. Sit in silence, breathe, and imagine it's 1 year from now. Your dreams manifested. How do you feel? Who's with you? What are you wearing? Let the details flood your senses. That practice calibrates your subconscious to the new vibration of having. Here's what most people do wrong: they wait to feel good after something happens. But feeling good attracts good. You've got to flip the sequence. Feel first, receive second. That's the reversal that changes lives. Emotion first. Result follows. Not the other way around. But once your emotional field shifts, life gets strange. Unexpected things happen. People disappear. Old patterns resurface. Is it all falling apart, or falling into place? Maybe that's not resistance. Maybe it's the test. Let's talk about the part no one warns you about, the test. You start doing the work: visualization, meditation, changing your mindset. Suddenly, instead of things getting easier, they get weird. Delays, doubts, even people challenging you out of nowhere. You think, did I mess up? But no. This is the testing phase. The universe isn't punishing you. It's checking your frequency. Imagine retuning a radio. The signal flickers before it locks in, right? Same with your new vibration. Are you really aligned with abundance, or just flirting with it? The test asks, will you hold the frequency even when things look the same on the outside? Most people quit right here. They think the method failed. But what actually failed was emotional consistency. You've got to embody the feeling of already having your desire, even when your bank account disagrees. That emotional resilience? That's what tells the universe, this new signal is real. Here's a common trap: you start feeling good, then a bill shows up. Old panic rises. But if you stay calm, centered, grateful, that's breakthrough energy. That's you rewiring the subconscious response. Thoughts and emotions sinking under pressure, that's when your heart energy field expands and the universe starts responding differently. Think of it like leveling up in a game. Right before the next stage, the boss gets tougher. But that challenge isn't there to stop you, it's there to prove you've mastered the tools. EFT, visualization, meditation, this is when you use them, not when everything's perfect. That's how you pass the test. Let me ask you something: what if your current struggle isn't failure, but feedback? What if it's not falling apart, but falling into alignment? You don't grow by waiting for peace. You grow by creating it inside, no matter what's happening outside. That's the new mindset. That's quantum transformation. But here's where it gets really deep. What if this whole system, manifestation, emotions, reality, was already known centuries ago? What if ancient wisdom and modern science are actually saying the same thing? What if the mystics were right all along? Long before quantum entanglement, they spoke of prana, chi, and the Akashic field, a hidden energy connecting everything. Sounds familiar? That same interconnected web is now being mapped by quantum science. Different language, same truth. The invisible isn't just spiritual. It's measurable. Modern physics says consciousness might not even originate in the brain. Think about that. You're not generating awareness, you're receiving it. Like a TV tuning into a signal. Your subconscious mind, thoughts and emotions, they're all part of a larger broadcast. One that's been humming since the beginning of time. This changes everything. You're not just you. You're a node in a vast field of energy and vibration. A reflection of universal intelligence, temporarily having a human experience. That's why when you meditate or tap into visualization, you feel plugged in. Because you are. The connection was never broken. And when your heart energy field syncs with that higher intelligence, things flow. Synchronicities appear. Ideas download out of nowhere. You stop forcing life and start receiving it. Not passively, but with clarity and power. That's the magic science is finally catching up to. Here's a wild thought. What if the Akashic field is the same thing quantum physicists call the zero-point field? Infinite potential. All possibilities existing simultaneously. When you shift your internal state, you collapse that potential into reality. That's not just philosophy. That's quantum mechanics in action. So when you say, "I feel connected," it's not a metaphor. It's literal. Your energy field links you to the universe connection at every moment. The real question is, are you tuned in, or tuned out? And if you're tuned out, how can you act like someone who already is? Because when your behavior aligns with the version of you that already has it all, the universe has no choice but to match it. Let me hit you with a truth bomb. The universe doesn't give you what you wish for, it gives you what you expect. That's why acting as if is so powerful. You don't wait to feel abundant once the money arrives. You walk like someone who already owns the room. That's the frequency that gets answered. This isn't about faking it. It's about aligning with your future self now. That version of you who's calm, confident, and clear. Start moving like them. Start talking like them. Even when doubt creeps in. Especially when doubt creeps in. Because that's the moment the universe checks your signal. Confidence is a vibration. It's silent, but people feel it. And more importantly, you feel it. The subconscious mind doesn't care if something is real, it responds to repetition and feeling. So when you act as if you're already successful, your subconscious starts reshaping your reality to match that identity. Here's a practical move: change your environment. Want to be a writer? Build a workspace that feels like you've already published books. Want to be wealthy? Treat your money with respect, no matter how little. Those small external shifts create powerful internal changes. Your energy and vibration adjust accordingly. Let's flip the question. Instead of "how do I get there?" ask "how would I act if I was already there?" That changes your posture, your tone, your decisions. The way you respond to problems. Suddenly, you're no longer chasing, you're attracting. You're leading. In the universe, it follows your lead. Remember, certainty is louder than desperation. You don't need to scream your desires to the sky. You just need to become the person who already lives them. The universe is always listening, but it hears emotion more clearly than words. So send it confidence. Send it belief. Send it truth. And that brings us to the science behind it all. How much of your daily behavior is actually being run by this new identity, and how much is still stuck in the past? Let's put numbers to all this. According to Dr. Bruce Lipton, 95% of your daily actions come from the subconscious mind. That means only 5% of your life is run by conscious choice. Read that again. 95% of your reality is autopilot. And that autopilot? Programmed mostly before you turn 7. Think about it. At that age, you weren't deciding what to believe, you were absorbing. Every argument, every look of disappointment, every "we can't afford it," they became the code. Your thoughts and emotions today are echoes of someone else's words. That's the power of the subconscious mind. And it's why changing your mindset takes more than willpower. Now combine that with the fact that your heart energy field extends meters beyond your body. We're not just talking feelings here, we're talking frequencies. Your emotional state doesn't just affect you, it impacts your environment, People literally feel you coming. That hidden energy is real, and it's constantly transmitting. That means every belief, every emotion you carry, walks into the room before you do. If you're radiating doubt or fear, the field reacts. But if you're aligned, if you're broadcasting love, certainty, or abundance, people respond differently. Not because you said something magical, but because your energy and vibration spoke first. And science seals the deal with this, the Einstein-Podolsky-Rosen paradox. Originally a theory in 1935, confirmed in 1982, it showed that two particles, once connected, react instantly, no matter the distance. Instant interaction. No delay. Sound familiar? It's the same principle behind universe connection, manifestation, and emotional frequency. So when you focus on feeling good, when you tap into your heart and visualize from a clear place, you're not just doing a practice. You're bending quantum law to your favor. You're altering the web of reality from the inside out. Quantum entanglement isn't just science, it's your daily tool, if you learn to use it. And now that you've got the numbers and science to back it up, what are you going to do with this power? Now that you know the quantum secret, what will you do with it? You're not here by accident. If you made it 8-0 final, porque algo dentro de você já comigo a despeda. The subconscious mind is listening. Your energy and vibration are shifting. But knowledge alone isn't enough, you have to apply it. Visualization, meditation, feeling good, emotional alignment, it's all within your reach. So let me ask you, what belief are you ready to let go of today? What version of yourself are you ready to become? Drop your answer in the comments. Say it out loud. Declare it. That's the first step toward manifestation. And hey, don't just keep this to yourself. If this message made sense to you, share it with someone special. Someone who's also trying to change their life. This kind of information spreads like light, it multiplies. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next steps. Because if this video gave you clarity about the power inside you, the next one will take you even deeper. Click here and keep going. This next video is the piece that ties it all together. I guarantee, you'll see things differently after watching. Let's keep expanding. Let's keep awakening. Let's go.